Hey there, boils and ghouls. I'm Mr. Macabre, and welcome back to my movie library. Yeah, today I am so happy. I got something in today that you already know by the title of the video, but I am thrilled that we actually got this. I know some people aren't. Some people probably figure this is worthless, but no, not to me, it's not. As somebody who is a big fan of the Evil Dead franchise, and I know some people will probably be like, well, as well go ahead and show you, it's the Arrow 4K of Evil Dead Rise. And, as somebody who's, I know some people are probably going to be like, hey, man, the reason why, they put this out is because, there's a new one on the way, Evil Dead Burn, that's supposed to be coming out this year. You know what? I don't care. This here, on my old channel, I did a 4K video talking about the Warner Brothers 4K release of Evil Dead Rise. And, if you remember, the the 4K for that one was just the movie itself. It was bare bones, no bonus features. As you can tell, this one has a slew of bonus features. So, which obviously that would be the biggest incentive to get this, to get the movie with bonus features. This is a movie, I saw this movie in the theater. I remember at the time, me and my friends, Rob and Glenn, James, Jason, we were all talking about this movie. We were all really psyched to see it. And I don't remember, I do remember, I know Rob and I believe Glenn went to go see it in the theater. I don't remember if James or Jason went to go see it, but I did. I ended up, it was a couple of years ago on Christmas, right before this, it was a Christmas before this movie came out in theaters. And my brother's girlfriend, for a Christmas present, she got me one of those, Fandango cards, like if you want to go see a movie, it's like, it was a gift card, to pay for your movie ticket. Yeah, she gave me one of those for Christmas, and I used that to pay for my ticket to go see Evil Dead Rise. And I remember going to see it, and I just loved it. I love the movie. I thought it was wonderful. I still think it's wonderful. A while back, I did a ranking of the Evil Dead franchise on my old, or no, I think it was this channel. And, I remember ranking this one pretty high on my list. And, we were thrilled, that it was coming out on Blu-ray and 4K, because what you got to remember was this movie was never intended to go into theaters. This movie originally was meant to be straight to streaming. No theatrical release, no physical release or anything like that. It was meant to just be straight to streaming, and that was it. But, I guess the powers that be, when they finally saw the movie, they realized this is actually really good, and we could actually put this in theaters and actually make a profit off of it, which they did. Hence why we have a new one coming out. But when I snagged up the 4K as soon as the Warner Brothers 4K as soon as it came out, and was really happy to have the movie, on physical media and stuff. The only thing that bothered me, and I know it bothered my friends as well, was that there were no bonus features on it. And then a little bit later, Warner Brothers re-released the 4K in a steelbook that had the commentary and Lee Cronin's short film on there, and that was it, And I admit, there were a couple of times I really, really was tempted to pull the trigger and get that steelbook, but then lo and behold, Arrow made the announcement they're going to put this out on 4K with bonus features. And I was like, well, hell, I'm just going to wait for that. And I got it in, I looked at it, and it was totally, in my opinion, it was totally worth the wait. Go ahead and real quick show you around this bad boy. I'm sure you probably seen other people have already shown this off. So, bonus features, 4K 2160 UHD Blu-ray presentation in Dolby Vision, HDR10 compatible, original DTS HD MA 5.1 and Dolby Atmos audio options, English audio descriptive track, optional English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, audio commentary with director Lee Cronin and actors Alyssa, it says Sullivan, but I think it's supposed to be Alyssa Sutherland. Actors Alyssa Sutherland and Lily Sullivan. Come Get Some, a brand new interview with actor Lily Sullivan. Mommy Deadite, a brand new interview with actor Alyssa Sutherland. The Deadite's Daughter, a brand new interview with actor Gabrielle Eccles. The Levitating Dead, a brand new interview with actor Anna Marie Thomas. Conjuring Deadites, a brand new interview with special makeup effects designer Luke Pulte. Chopping Up Deadites, a brand new interview with editor Brian Shaw. Sonic Possessions, a brand new interview with sound designer Peter. Sorry, I can't pronounce that last name. I'll just say Peter A. Music to Swallow Your Soul, a brand new interview with composer Stephen McKean. The Sound of Evil Dead Rise, a 2023 interview with Cronin and Stephen A. and Glenn Kaiser, director of the Dolby Institute. Raising, a new Evil Dead featurette. Ghost Train, a 2013 short film directed by Lee Cronin. Behind the scenes with video clips and still gallery. Concept artwork, storyboard gallery, trailer and TV spots. Reversible sleeve featuring original and newly commissioned artwork by Waldemar Witt. Double-sided fold-out poster featuring original and newly commissioned artwork by Waldemar Witt. Collector's booklet featuring new writing on the film by Michael Gingold. So yeah, I mean, we got a nice edition of this. I would say, if there is one downside to this, is that there's no Blu-ray option. That's the only downside, is, for like Blu-ray collectors that are not into 4K and would like to get their hands on this, so they could enjoy the bonus features. Sadly, we do not get a Blu-ray option with this. Unfortunately, 4K is all there is. The only Blu-ray there is just the Warner Brothers Blu-ray, which is bare bones. So sadly, there is no Blu-ray option. But there's the front, there's the back, and take that out. You got the original poster artwork there, which I like that. On the other side is obviously the same artwork you get on the slipcover. So, okay. Really cool disc art there, modeled after the record from the film. You got your booklet here. And here's a little, you always get that little card that comes with it. You got Excalibur. Now, of course, on the other side, you got the streaming. Then, let's see. Go ahead and show you the poster real quick. I know some people, why are you showing the poster? It's just, the two variations of the artwork, but, well, I'll go ahead and show it anyway. I do need to get a poster or a frame for this. So, yeah. There we go. Then, of course, on the other side, got that. So, yeah, I do need to pick up a frame so I can frame this bad boy. Have it hanging on the wall. Probably just won't put it in the bedroom. It'd be kind of hard to sleep with that, especially you do the one with the mom's face on it. There you go. There's your booklet right there. And on the other side, nothing like a big hug and a kiss from you won't cure. The funny thing is, I was like, watching this again, looking at the transfer and stuff, and you look at Alyssa Sutherland, she looks so creepy and disturbing in this. But then you actually watch her featurette or her interview on the bonus features. It's amazing how beautiful she is. I mean, she is just so striking. Her features are so, just so striking and unique, But you understand why, it's like, it works, Having her in here, it totally works. Some pictures of the kids there and stuff, and there you go. Auntie Beth with the chainsaw. Come on, man. It's an Evil Dead movie. There's got to be a chainsaw in there at some point. Come on, we all know that. So, there you go. A little something for the nightmares tonight. Yeah, but, yeah, but... So yeah, so that's it. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's, it's not the big... I mean, sure, it would have been nice to have a big box collector's edition of this, but, right now I'm just so happy to, just have the 4K disc with, all these bonus features and everything. And I know a couple of people have made videos talking about this. They're like, was this really necessary? I know Mid-Level Media, or as Blockbuster Box Set, I heard him call him Ken the Complainer, talked about, they're like, did we really need another 4K on this and stuff? The thing is like I said, me and my friends, we're big fans of this movie, and we loved it. And we were thrilled to get the movie on 4K or Blu-ray. We were thrilled to get it on physical media, but, we were a little disappointed. It's like, man, it would have been great to have bonus features on here. Now, clearly, like I said earlier in the video, originally this movie was never meant to even have a theatrical release, let alone a physical media release. This movie was meant to go just straight to streaming. There was no, plans or no idea of even doing bonus features for this. So obviously when it first came out, but I think over time, like, yes, you do have the new movie coming along, but also too, I think that, Arrow was smart enough to know this movie now has such a following, and it's very highly regarded, among the Evil Dead fans. And, it's held very high in the Evil Dead franchise. So, it's like, yeah, there's, it makes sense that you would do, a special collector's edition, with bonus features and everything else. And I do think that this is going to sell quite well. Now, of course, I know that there are some people out there, I don't want to have to buy it again. It's like, well, if you're in America, it's a free country. You don't want to have to buy it. You don't have to. If you have the Warner Brothers 4K or the Blu-ray or even the DVD for that matter, if you have it and you're like, hey, I don't care about the bonus features. I just want the movie. I'm happy with what I got. If you're happy with it, then that's all that should matter. Okay? Or you say, well, it's like, instead of just buying this, I already bought this, instead of buying this movie over again, I got something else I want to buy, another movie I want to buy. Hey, you're still contributing. You're still buying physical media. You're still, you're still helping out. So, but yeah, if you are a huge fan of this movie and you really wanted to finally get some bonus features and everything else and have like a proper collector's edition of this movie, then, that's the beauty of it. And another thing that I'm absolutely thrilled about is that, again, like, usually like the Arrow 4Ks like this, that are just slipcover and everything else, this dropped down to, right at the time it got ready to ship, it dropped down to $24.99, which is very reasonable for a 4K, even, it's standard and everything, but still, it's a very reasonable price for a 4K. And even if you, and that's the beauty of it too. Even if you don't want to jump on this now, you could just wait a little bit and either, Amazon, will drop the price at some point, or, keep your eyes open on the Arrow website. Arrow's probably going to have a sale at some point, which you could probably get this for a good reduced price. So it's like, even if you don't want to pick this up now, you know what? Wait until the price goes down, and you can pick it up then. But at the same time too, like I said, if you're the kind of person, you just care about the movie, you don't give a damn about the bonus features, then don't worry about it. You got the movie, that's fine. Move on, But, I'm just thrilled that, Arrow, was smart enough to look into this and say, hey, damn, this could use a collector's edition. Now, I'm more than willing to bet that this is going to sell quite well, So, yeah. But I'm thrilled with it. I am so happy. One thing that I do regret, because I did say that I did have the Warner Brothers 4K. I did sell that off, to help pay for this. Kind of wish I'd held on to it just a little bit longer so that I could compare this 4K to the transfer on the Warner Brothers 4K. Because now, after watching this and checking it out, I don't know. Maybe it's just my own, just the way I'm seeing it in my head. But for me personally, it seems like the picture quality on this looks a little bit better on this 4K than it did on the Warner Brothers 4K. Now, I could be totally wrong about that. There might be somebody who still has the Warner Brothers 4K and they do like a comparison and it could be exactly the same. But I don't know why. Just in my mind, it seems like, that the 4K transfer on here does look a little bit better than it does on the Warner Brothers 4K. Get to see, even though majority of the movie takes place at night in a dark, apartment building, a lot of scenes where there are no lights and stuff like that. To me, it seems like you still get quite a bit of detail. The practical effects look amazing. Details like inside the apartment or inside the apartment complex and everything else. Like this movie really does look good. And a movie like this really does lend itself to a 4K transfer when you think about it. But the movie looked great. And that's another thing too, it's like, that's the thing. With all those bonus features added on there, you would think that there would be, some issue with, the 4K transfer. It's like, it doesn't look as good as it should or whatever, but it's like, I don't know. To me, this looked amazing. I had no problems with it. Played beautifully, no issues whatsoever. It looked great. It sounded great. The Atmos track on here, amazing. Yeah, I had no problems with it. So overall, to me, this is like, a great way to start off 2026 with, a movie like this getting the 4K treatment. And I'm absolutely thrilled with it. I don't regret spending the money on this as somebody who's a fan of it. To get it in a really nice 4K edition with bonus features, yeah, I highly recommend it. If you're a big fan and you do want the bonus features and you can play 4K, I would say, yeah, get your hands on this if you can. So, but yeah, I'm just so thrilled with this. I'm so glad, we got a great addition with this, so I'm happy. I'm really happy. So now it's time to, got my protective case ready because, that's the way I roll. And so we're going to put the slipcover in there. There we go. That's the thing, I was like, when you're putting these Arrow slipcovers in here, it's like, yeah, it does kind of fit a tiny bit on the snug side, but it'll get in there. There we go. There we go. And now, there we go. Beautiful. So, I mean, sure, yeah. I mean, that, that's another thing too. Is like, yeah, it really would have been nice. We could have got the nice like hard box collector's edition of this. But you know what? Hey, I'm not gonna knock it. I'm more grateful than I am ungrateful. So, to me, it's like with this release, the pros definitely outweigh the cons. So here we go. Evil Dead. Thank you, Arrow. Beautiful 4K, wonderful transfer. Yeah. But I'm sure some people might complain about this. But as for me personally, just an average Joe who loves movies, I had no problems with this whatsoever. I mean, to me, it's a 10 out of 10. It's a total winner. So, and I'm just thrilled to have it, so a nice newer edition with bonus features. So, yeah, you're not going to hear any complaints out of me for it. So there's that. So yeah, just, real quick before you go, I just got a couple of other things I wanted to show you, and mostly some slipcovers. I got some new slipcovers, but first off, yeah, I managed to pick this up for a really good price, and looking forward to watching this. Going to add this to my Jess Franco collection. We have Brian Edgar Wallace's Death Pact Suitcase, a film by Jess Franco. So, obviously Kino Lorber from the Kino Cult line. Only bonus feature on here is audio commentary by Troy Howarth and Nathaniel Thompson. So yeah. Looking forward to checking this out. Came out in 1972. So yeah, looking forward to checking that out. So, sorry, there's still a price tag on there. No, in the inside, it's like no reversible artwork or anything like that. So, yeah. And you guys know what no, there's my heater. My heater just kicked on. Now you guys know what I like to do. I prefer to have these in my, black cases. I prefer my black Blu-ray cases. So there you go, nice and snug, snug as a bug in a rug. You can tell I'm in a good mood today. So there we go. There you go. Can't wait to check this out later. Oh, that's still a little bit off, isn't it? Sorry. Come on. But yeah. So, I don't expect this to be a particularly great movie or anything like that, but, you guys know me. I do, like to check out my Jess Franco movies, so we'll see how this one stacks up. There's that one, Vengeance of Dr. Mabuse. I need to pick that one up, but for right now, I can still live with this one. So yeah, Death Packs a Suitcase. Can't wait to check that one out. So that's it for the movies. And now I just want to show you these slipcovers I got. This one here, I think is awesome. I've never seen this one before. I know that there's a little bit of Asian writing on the back here. I just can't, I'm sorry, but I can't tell if it's, Japanese or Chinese. But yeah, here's a slipcover for American Psycho. I thought this was really cool. I had never seen this before. It's completely unique. Like I said, though, like on the back, you can see there's like either some Chinese or Japanese writing on there. So, but yeah, I just see. Look at that. Got the the meat cleaver and Christian Bale's face reflected in it. And look at that. Look how glossy that slipcover is, though. Like I said, it's unique. I've never seen anything like this before. So, you got the business card there. So, yeah. So, yeah, I saw this and I was like, man, that's kind of cool. I'd like to get it. It's unique. I've never seen one like this before. Get it to put my 4K disc in and stuff. So, but yeah. Really, really happy about that. So, there you go. American Psycho. This one here, oh man, yeah, I'm really glad to finally get a slipcover to go along with my 4K, but from Scream Factory, I got the slipcover for Alligator. Nice to actually have a good slipcover to go on there, go with my 4K. So, really good movie. Really enjoy Alligator. It was so cool that, Scream Factory really put the effort in to get this on 4K and, did a really good job on it. So yeah, it's really nice. Get to, touch up my movies a little bit. This one here, I was so shocked I was actually able to get my hands on this slipcover. I wanted it, and now I finally got it. I have a Terrifier 2 slipcover. Yeah, I love this, man, because that was the thing. It was bugging me because, like, on my 4K, when I got my 4K, it was just, there was no slipcover. It was just the standard Emery case, no slipcover whatsoever. And it bugged me, because like when I look at it, it's like I really would like to have nice slipcovers with, because I got the really beautiful slipcover that went with Terrifier 3. So it's like, yeah, it would have been nice to get one for Terrifier 2. And if I could find a really good one, get one for the first Terrifier. But look at that. That is pretty snazzy. I like the way that looks. That's on the back there too. But, yeah, I love the Terrifier movies, and I am so stoked for Terrifier 4. I'm ready. Bring it on. I can't wait. Can't wait to see what the next one has in store for us. But, yeah, really, really happy about that. And last but not least, I went in and went for this because there is a possibility Lionsgate may put this on 4K at some point, but to be truthfully honest with you, even if they do, I would never buy this. I probably would never buy this movie on 4K. I really only have this movie just because it's part of a franchise. And, I just keep it really, I only watched this movie like one time and I really just have no desire to even revisit it again. But like I said, I keep it because it's part of the franchise. Anyway, drawing out enough suspense, I have the Leatherface slipcover. I know that, my friend Rob, I know he really likes this movie, and I mean no disrespect to him, and I mean no disrespect to anybody that is a fan of this movie. I'm just not. this movie just didn't really do it for me. Like I said, I have the Blu-ray. I watched it one time, and ever since then, I just have no desire to watch it again. And like I said, I just keep it because, it's part of the franchise. But, I did come across this like, hey, wait a minute, I can get a slipcover, make it look nice. Why not? I'll go ahead and do that. Why not? So, just, yeah. But, like I said, yeah, even if they did do a 4K of this, which they're likely liable to do here before too long, but if they did, I just really can't see myself picking that up. I think I would just stick with the Blu-ray and stuff. Okay, let me put it this way: I might decide to go for the 4K if like I had some trade-ins or I had like enough store credit that I could get it for free, and there was nothing else that I wanted more. Then maybe I could see about it then. But yeah, as for like going out and just spending the money to buy it, no thanks. But but like I said, honest to God, no disrespect to anybody that is a fan of this movie. I'm just not. So, but anyway, so yeah, still went in and took the slipcover so that way I could, spruce up my movie. So there you go. So we got now to round it off here. So we got that one, Terrifier 2, Alligator, This American Psycho. This is the one I'm the most impressed by. I just love it because it's so different, it's so unique. Never seen one like this before. So, I think that's really cool. We got the new Jess Franco movie from Kino Cult. We have Death Packs a Suitcase. And Evil Dead Rise Collector's Edition. Thank you, Arrow. Love you guys. Oh, man. And I think, maybe not every month is going to be a banger for Arrow, but I definitely think, we got this. There's Westworld. There's Excalibur. There's Salem's Lot. We got stuff coming. So I think this is going to be a pretty good, pretty decently good year for Arrow, if I do say so myself. And I'm here for it. So I think we're going to get some really nice surprises as the year goes on. And especially now, if, they're really going to, now that, not only Arrow, but now Vinegar Syndrome is going to get in on the Warner Brothers action, I think we got some good stuff we could be looking forward to. So anyway, so that's it. So if anybody took the time to watch all of this, I thank you for doing it. I appreciate you for doing it. I honestly hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, would you mind leaving it a like? And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment if you want. Share the video. Ring the notification. All the stuff you always hear all the YouTubers say. And that's it, everybody. And like I always say, love your movie library. It'll love you back. So that's it. Take care. Have a good night. See you all later. Bye.